Alrighty. So, I don't know about you guys, but when I'm getting ready to do something I've kind of been putting off forever, I like to stay in my jammies. And I have the cutest jammies on today because I'm finally going to tackle this camper quilt. Now, why have I been dreading it? Let's talk about it. Ina and Debbie, I love them so much. They are my dear, dear friends. And they were like, oh, we've got this cutest pattern for you. It's a camper, which is perfect because I love camping and I love camping stuff. And if I could, I would own a retro trailer. I really would. So they're like, we have this quilt. And I said, well, girls, I don't quilt. I'm crafty. And so I like to do crafty things. I like to make pillows and curtains and aprons, and I love to just do all kinds of stuff like that. And they're like, well, it'll be fine because you'll love this, and you really should try it. And I thought, oh, now, it's not to say that I haven't made quilts before. I have. I've made like 7. That makes me a novice, right? I'm a newbie. And I have probably sewn and crafted for 25 years. That sounds bad when I say it out loud. I forget how old I am. But anyway, nonetheless. So they're like, so do this quilt. It'll be fun for you. And I thought, okay. And I saw the pattern and I thought, oh, that is cute. That's really cute. I would really probably super like to do that. So I was like, yeah, that looks like I could do that. Look at that, big long strips of material. I could do that. That's not a big deal. But then I got looking at it. Every piece of material is 2.5 inches. 2.5. 2.5 inch squares, not strips. Now, the girls suggested just do the strips. Just do it. But I really got looking at it, and I got looking at how it's put together. And it's put together, it would be harder to do the strips than it would just to cut everything into 2.5 inch squares. So I'm going to start this, and I'm going to get the top done before the end of summer. Yeah, probably. I'm going to work on it. I really am. I'm going to try hard. But 2.5 inches, people, you know this. You know, it's not that big. It's not that big. Not that big. The other part that I really just didn't understand. Look at this. Look at the pattern. Look at the colors. The other part I just really didn't understand was, why would you cut a strip of fabric into squares and then sew it back to itself? What? Why would you do that? Who wants to do that? You crazy quilters out there, that's who. That's who does that. But that's okay. That is okay. I'm going to give it a go. And we're going to see how I do. But I have to tell you, it is the cutest thing. We've got a few of these kits available on InDe'BQuiltShop.com. Look at the colors and the fabric. It's so cute. I was so excited. Look at these greens. Look. They're so cute. And who just doesn't love cute campers? And look, the wood grain, the plaid. I love them. I love them very much. These are so, so, so cute. And then The pinks. Look. Look how cute. All the words. And I love the trees. Look at those trees. More campers. Pink. Pink. Pink wood. Anyway, all right. So here's the deal. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. All right. So this is part 1. Let's see where it takes us. Alrighty, everybody. So here it is. All of them cut and ready to sew together. Okay, so a couple things. I'm only slightly annoyed that I have to sew the fabric back together. And secondly, my husband's home. And secondly, this whole chain stitching, we're going to have to see how that goes. Good morning, everybody. It's a new day. So I'm in my new set of camper jammies because I am sewing together a camper. So here's the thing. There are so many of you beautiful quilters out there that just love a puzzle. You just love quilting together tiny pieces of fabric. And that is so good for you. But I gotta say, as a crafter, this is a struggle. This is a struggle for me, and I will show you. Yesterday, I cut all that fabric. Today, I'm sewing it all together. And I will show you. I will show you. So, there's the first one. But look at how tiny those squares are. Can you see that? 2.5 inches, as every quilter knows, equals 2 inches. This reminds me of another experience I've had in my life. But look, it is cute. I mean, I'm not going to complain about the cuteness. And I do have to admit, I actually am a puzzle person, like a real puzzle. So tedious tasks are in my nature. They are. It's just I'm used to yielding in a lot of effort something very quickly. When you're a crafty sewer, you can whip things out left and right. You know, quilts take patience. But look how cute. Other than that fabric was cut apart and sewed back together. Everybody knows I have a disdain for that, but this is the pattern, and the pattern is pretty darn cute. Now, the way it's having me assemble it, I understand, is very fun. I do enjoy the chain. I do. I feel like that's very fast. I don't enjoy all the ironing. Nope. Crafty sewers don't iron that much. And I don't really like to iron anyway. But it does remind me of another task I undertook about 15 years ago. I used to be a canner. Well, used to be. I still am. I still am a canner, but I don't can as much because I live in Idaho. And Idaho is about 6 weeks short of a good growing season. When I lived in Utah, I swear it was the Garden of Eden. I could grow everything and I canned everything, especially jams. I was really good at jams. I did apricots, apples, apricots, apples, peaches, plums, pears. I canned all kinds of jams. And I had a neighbor that had a cherry tree, and she was like, you should try it. Cherry jam is the best. And I was like, well, I do enjoy it the best, so I gave it a go. Cherries are this big, and you have to pit them all. Apples, apricots, like peaches, especially in Utah, they're all big and gorgeous. So I did bushels of cherries, bushels. And I yielded about, I don't know, I can't remember. I think it was about 8 pints of jam. And it was a full day of canning, where apricots or peaches or apple, any of those other ones, any of them, a full day of canning would easily yield about 80 pints. And I was like, oh, I am never canning cherries again, because that was a lot of work for very little progress. I mean, I can't say that I will never quilt this way again, but I am pretty sure I'm probably never going to quilt 2.5-inch squares again. Probably. I mean, maybe. You can never say never. You never say never. You never know. By the end of these 32 blocks is what they call this. There's 40. There are 40 little squares in this block, and I have to make 32 of them. I worked so hard yesterday, and I only yielded 4 of these. So I'm never going to say never. I might say that at the end I might just love it, and teeny tiny piecing might become my thing. But for real, I wouldn't hold my breath. Day 3 on this quilt, and I'm half done. We're gonna say it's taking me so long because I'm a newbie, right? But I have to admit something to you all today. My admit is the second row was actually kind of fun. It was fun. I liked putting the pieces together and building. Like, I was building the door and the window of the camper, and that was kind of fun. I did enjoy it. I still hold true to the fact that I have never sewed this much and still not been done already. So I'm working on it. I'm working on loving it. I'm working on it. And you might notice I'm in new jammies. Well, they're not new. I own, I don't know, probably 50 pair of camper jammies. But anyway, I just thought I'd stick to the theme. And again, when I sew, I'm cozy. Just cozy. But anyway, so I thought I'd get on this morning and just tell everybody I don't love it, but it was still kind of fun. I did enjoy it a little. I'm still annoyed I'm not done. I'm finally done. I am finally done with the camper quilt, and I've got my sweet Ina here today and Debbie. And so we're gonna show it off. Look at that!
Isn't that cute?
That is 2,500 little squares. And oh, but it's so cute. It came out so wonderful. And I'm gonna get it sent off for quilting now. And so now I can just, I can say I did it. I did it. And I do have to admit, like I said, it was kind of fun piecing the puzzle pieces together. It was really neat to see the door and the window and the tire and everything come together. I did like that. And so there you have it. That's my positive note on this. But I know that a lot of people love, love, love this kind of quilting. And so we have four kits already cut in this cute fabric to make this cute, cute camper. And so get them before they're gone.